tried to beat me as far as the time goes. But the interesting thing here, I was going to point out, before I really get started in the evaluation, is the toasting customs vary around the world, according to her manual. The English give them on a bended knee. The Brawny Scotchmen, on the other hand, stood on chairs and put one foot on the table. The French brought civility to the custom with a bow. So Caryn did not do either of those. And I would have loved it if she jumped up on the chair and put her foot on the table and started, but we would have all been awake for sure. She organized it as a speech. She had an intro. She had a body, and she had a conclusion. She started out her speech in a way that we did not know for sure who was going to be the honored guest, which brought some drama to the presentation, which I really enjoyed. She got into a little bit of our president going along a little bit, and with the new president coming in and the old president going out as a nation, and their presentation last night, Obama doing his speech, I was like, could we, but no, she brought it home to our president over here in the end of the table, who was our Toastmaster, which was really great. It's an extremely quick speech to give, and she did a great job at it. The one thing that I would say, Caryn, don't walk over to the banner and talk about the President's Distinguished Awards, but don't sit there and say, well, I should have counted the number of ribbons. I remember when that banner was naked. Believe it or not, this is not my first time being in this club. It's the second. I remember the person that had to figure out how to sew on a lot of the ribbons at the time because they were just attached via various ways. But it was a great, great presentation, and I really enjoyed the way you put it together. I heard this particular type of speech twice. Carol in the back, she brought her broker, I believe, in and gave it, and she did a great job. You did a great job with it. And a toast is always a difficult one because people don't tend to organize it as a speech. And you did a fantastic job of doing that, and a great job of honoring our president.
All right, thank you, Bruce. Continuing on, evaluating Jenny's icebreaker will be Jeremy. Jeremy, come on down. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you for including us in your life. One of the things about an icebreaker that people often get trapped in is I've got to tell you the 1s, 2s, and 3s about my life so that you can walk away knowing something about me. You went a step further. I would say you took us down a path that included introducing us to your life, and I would say that there wasn't a person in this room who heard what you had to say who doesn't have a kindredness to you now, who doesn't have a relatedness to you as a woman, who has your spiritual walk with God, who is not preaching, declaring, and putting that onto other people. And that in itself is a finesse that is beautiful. Being able to convey an idea, convey who you are and your personal beliefs, especially when it comes to Christianity and spirituality, without putting it on the other person is an art form. And you demonstrated that very well today. It does 2 or 3 things. One, it says who you are, but more importantly, it gives you respect for the audience. And an icebreaker in which you're including the respect for the audience is, it goes back to what Greg said about, it looks like you're creating a new start for something that you've already gone way down the path for. and you're coming back to begin this. So I'm really looking forward to what you have to say and how you say it as you continue through this Competent Communicator Manual and where you're going for next, and what you want to do in your life using these skills. The two things that you asked me specifically to look for were eye contact, which you maintained throughout. I think you connected with virtually everyone in the room. Secondly was projection. I didn't have a hard time understanding you. Your enunciation was clear, and the continuity of your speech allowed me to listen to what you were saying and keep up with you without ever once thinking, get on with it. Oftentimes in icebreaker speeches, what I hear is people rushing or people taking so long that I feel like I've aged 5 minutes in a 2-minute time frame. When we go through the strong points, what do you already have? You have a conversational style that is very approachable. What did you do well? Your familiarity was established successfully and quickly. Did the speech reflect adequate preparation? Yes. Did you speak clearly and audibly? Yes. Did the speech have a definite opening, body, and conclusion? Yes. Please comment on the speaker's use of notes. This is one of the things I love the most. This was structured sharing from the heart. And structured sharing from the heart is one of the most useful things that we can do in the world of speeches. There was one thing where you said like. You started and you came back and you were using like once or twice. I'd stay from that. But apart from that, I think you did an amazing opening icebreaker, and I look forward to your future speeches.